the Democratic Republic of Sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
Welcome into the Sportsocracy, the first Sunday edition of the Sportsocracy. And why are we doing it on Sunday? Because it's fucking football season, man.
Football!
God almighty. It's game day. We're 6.5 hours to Tom Brady, baby.
Oh, God. Of course it's Tom Brady that you're excited about.
It's TBT time.
You know what I'm excited about? My college picks yesterday went 7-1 against the spread, and the one loss was my own fucking team.
Yeah, that's why he's wearing the sunglasses today.
Yeah, because I might have gotten drunk singing Country Roads aggressively.
I think by now everybody knows if you ever see Jeremy in public singing Country Roads, it's time
He should have gone home 2 hours ago.
Just send
Easy.
him home. Just put the pacifier in his mouth and send him away.
Just take the bottle away. Make sure you take the bottle away.
It did get a little aggressive for him last night.
It's okay. It's going to get aggressive on this show, too, because I have never felt better about my Week 1 winners in my life.
All right, we are going to get into all of it, fantasy football tips, gambling picks, all of that today coming your way right here live from the Social in East Asheville, where Jeremy and I will be hanging out all afternoon long. And we are going to be here just, directors of festivities and such. A lot of stuff on the way. By the way, I think they... Corey, did we check? Do we have the stuff? We got the stuff. All right. I've already put in my lunch order for this afternoon, and we are all good to go here.
You realize it's 10 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah.
You put in your lunch order at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I did, because the last time I ate, it was at least 14 hours ago. So.
Yeah. I ate beers till about 2 o'clock this morning, so I'm feeling just fine.
You're feeling just fine. Fantasy football this week. All right, Jeremy, what's your big nugget of the week?
The big one, I'm tempted to fade Boston Scott.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I know he's cheap. I understand it. This is just one of those times that I feel like this is a guy that's going to be owned in 80% of your DraftKings leagues.
Maybe.
And if he's not, I mean, if he throws up an 8, you have an advantage. Mm-hmm. It also means I like every running back not named Boston Scott a lot.
Miles Sanders is out today for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't like him. Don't play Miles Sanders.
Somehow it's week 1 and I've already found myself in fantasy football waiver wire hell.
Well, that's because you suck at fantasy football.
Well, and that may be true, but I invested heavily in some guys that I really believed in
that are
this
real
year.
dead. Yeah, the KOD of Tank Spencer has already reared its ugly head.
Miles Sanders, Mike Evans, who's dealing with a soft tissue injury. He's probably going to miss today's game. Even if he does play, he's going to be on a snap count. And even on that snap count, he's going to be shadowed by Marshawn Lattimore, which shut him down 2 weeks, both times they played last year. And Cortland Sutton is another one. Kenny Galladay's another one. All these guys are out. All these guys are out or on limited snap counts. And I'm already looking at the waiver wire going, who the hell can I put in my lineup today that's going to matter?
Scotty Miller. If you're in that level of hell that he's in, Scotty Miller's your boy.
I have considered it. Auden Tate, maybe
Laviska Shenault. That's another one.
Have you heard anything to substantiate your claims?
Oh, I see.
About Laviska Shenault taking snaps at running back?
I'm not just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Laviska Shenault.
Okay.
That team sucks something awful, and they know how good he is.
Right. The waiver wire has already been hot and heavy, obviously, with all of the late minute announcements of guys that are going to be out. I'm just looking at the latest activity chart here on Yahoo. James Robinson is being picked up a lot.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
Boston Scott obviously is the number 1 ad overall, which he should be. In my opinion, I think he's fine. He's an okay fill-in for Miles Sanders. I think he's going to get points anyway. Kerryon Johnson popping up on this list.
It's because people think he's going to get tote, and it's not going to matter. They have 14 running backs. Stop doing that. If you're playing Kerryon Johnson in week 1, your team's already fucked.
Jerry Jeudy with the absence of Cortland Sutton.
It
is
makes
getting
me
some
like
pickups.
Jerry Jeudy less.
Really?
Yes. Cortland Sutton takes #1 coverage. Jerry Jeudy is a rookie that has never played a game in the league, and he's going to get #1 coverage now with no Cortland Sutton.
Marlon Mack, I'm shocked that he's being picked up as much.
I'm
on the
shocked
waiver
he's
wire.
being. Why is he not owned?
Exactly. Why is he not already on teams? Why?
If you're in a league that Marlon Mack's not owned, first of all, stop playing with children, and B, go pick him up right now.
Yes, Marlon Mack. I think he's going to be the guy to have in that Indianapolis Colts backfield today. I really do.
Oh, you want my spicy hot take of the day?
Yep.
The DraftKings millionaire today will have no less than 3 Atlanta Falcons on it. Ka-cha-cha. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and Todd Gurley. And I'm all about it.
Against the Seattle Seahawks, a team that
I'll
Jeremy
stack it with
has,
DK Metcalf. Doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt my feelings a drop.
You just go play everybody in that.
That's what I usually do. Average millionaire lineup has half the players in the lineup from one game.
Really?
Yes.
Did not know that.
Yep.
I'm not a DFS wizard like he is.
Always stacked running backs with defenses, quarterbacks with receivers. #1 rule of DFS. And Matt Ryan is a dude that I like a lot today, and he's going to be low owned because people think Seattle's better than they are.
All right, you want to do some?
Let's go game by game. We'll throw little tidbits on every game.
Okay, we'll go game by game.
After my 7-1 start yesterday, I really want to pick games. I feel like I'm like that drunk that's on a bender, and I'm stuck in a casino. Like I just keep throwing 7s.
All right, working off the list here. Miami and New England at 1:00.
This game's gone up to 7, which is a lot for me. I don't like any running back from the Miami Dolphins. James White, kinda. I don't love him. Who did I say?
You said Miami.
Oh, yeah, I don't love any running back from Miami either. But that's not what I was trying to say. I was trying to say I don't love any running back in this game, period.
Okay.
James White, I feel like he's going to be heavily owned, and he doesn't run. I mean, how many passes can the man actually catch when he's being thrown to by Cam freaking Newton? I don't want anything in this game, to be honest with you.
Nothing.
Unless it's Ryan Fitzpatrick stacking him with Preston Williams. That's it. I don't want anything else.
Devontae Parker?
He's going to see Stephon Gilmore more than Preston Williams does.
Okay.
And that makes me nervous. But now being on the other side, yeah, I like Preston Williams a lot.
Yeah, I don't believe in anything in this game either.
The thing I believe the most is that the over is going to hit in about the third quarter. This is going to be a much higher scoring game than they think it is. 41.5 is too low. Give me the over and give me Miami.
Miami, yes, Miami.
No, give me New England. Fuck it. New England, -7. I didn't want to do it, and then you said it, and I went, kiss of death. New England Patriots,
Exactly.
-7.
I'm on the kiss of death. Miami Dolphins win this game outright. I believe so. Anyway. Cleveland and Baltimore. Anything you want in that game?
Yeah, actually. I think this game's going to be closer than people think because Cleveland has the ability with 2 pass rushers to keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket. Marquise Brown is the guy I really want in this game. I think Marquise Brown hits 2 long touchdowns today. Cleveland side, Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt's the piece of this that's still undervalued. I feel like people are not figuring out exactly how much Kevin Stefanski likes Kareem Hunt.
Right.
They're on the Nick Chubb train. They're stuck in what last year was. Anybody that's being thrown to by Baker Mayfield scares the shit out of me. I can't trust Baker interception maker. So
I'm not trusting Nick Chubb today. That Baltimore defense, I think, can neutralize just a straight runner more than they can handle Kareem Hunt.
I think Kareem Hunt's going to catch a lot of passes. I think he gets more carries than you think he does. I think that is a 100% 50-50 split. That's the reason I would not take Nick Chubb in any draft I did.
All right. The New
Hold
York.
on. I still got to pick the game.
Excuse me.
Let's see. 47.5. I'll take the under, and I will take. You know what? Fuck it. Cleveland +7.5.
Nice. I'll be on the
Baltimore wins, but I'll take Cleveland +7.5.
I'm on the Baltimore side of that. I think they will still prove that they are a 2-score better team.
Specials are in your inbox, Tank.
Especially in my inbox.
There are more people here than usual, and You know, the fact that I might still be legally drunk is making this really difficult for me.
New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills go at it. Jeremy's already ready to see his team lose on the first day of the season.
Mm-hmm. Jets plus 6.5 in the over. I lied. Under 39.5. This is gonna be a low scoring ass game.
I was gonna say I don't expect.
I changed my mind as soon as I said that.
I don't expect to see much from the New York offense. I don't.
I do.
Look, I don't believe in the weapons that Sam Darnold has.
Brashad Perriman's fine. Jamison Crowder's good. They're going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets. Mm-hmm. You're going to see a lot of Ryan Griffin, a lot of Chris Herndon. I think you're going to see a lot of Frank Gore. I think you're going to see a lot of Le'Veon Bell. And this line was built to run the ball. Their offensive line is massive. I think not having Star Lotulelei is going to affect their ability to stop the run more than people think.
Okay.
Give me the Jets plus 6.5. I'm not confident enough to take them in the money line, but I really want to.
Jets.
So in the last 3 years, the best game that this team has played all year long is the first game of the year. They were up on this team 16-0 at home last year, and then C.J. Mosley died, and Sam Darnold started kissing people in the huddle and got a teenage girl disease, and it all went to shit in a handbasket. Give me the Jets. I'm not confident enough to go money line, but I will take the Jets plus 6.5 under the 39.5.
Well, I'll go on the other side of that. I'll go Buffalo by a touchdown.
Which means this is a stone cold lock. Anytime he says I will go fully on the other side, go with me.
Buffalo by a touchdown at least in this ball game. I don't see that offense being able to generate much as far as the running game is concerned against the Buffalo Bills.
I do.
I really don't. Las Vegas and the Carolina Panthers. You got the Carolina Panthers.
Hold on. Before we go to the next game, there is a guy in that Buffalo Jets game that I like a lot.
Okay.
And it's not who you think it would be.
Okay.
John Brown. John Brown, if you're in bye week hell or injury hell like he was talking about, John Brown's a guy that's going to have a bigger game than people think. I love him on DraftKings. He's 5,100 or something like that. I love him this week. The Jets have struggled with him every time they've ever played him, no matter what team he was on.
I've already set him in my lineup in 2 of those spots.
I
I'm
love John
thinking
Brown.
the same thing you are. Long ball could work in this game.
Stephon Diggs is going to get Pierre Desir, and he'll have coverage over the top with Ashton Davis. They are going to intentionally shut down Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
They are not going to let that beat them. And they're really good against the run. That Jets defense is better than you think it is. And don't think I'm saying that just because I'm wearing a Jets jersey. I've already killed one of my teams on this show. I'm not afraid to do it to the other.
The Vegas Raiders are a 3-point favorite at the Carolina Panthers today. And
it's the easiest line of the day to me.
I think they'll easily cover that.
I do too. I'd take the Raiders by 2 touchdowns. This could have been a double-digit spread. I'm still taking it. Panthers are terrible.
Although I do see some ability for the Carolina offense to be able to move the ball against the Raiders defense. Their secondary is very, very young, very inexperienced, and we just don't know how good they are.
The Panthers are literally missing both tackles from last year. I'll pass. Give me the Raiders. I'm going to go over the 48. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored here. I think the Raiders are my favorite under-the-radar offense to use in fantasy today because I think they're going to score a shitload of points.
Teddy Bridgewater.
I'm not that ballsy.
He's the key. To me, he's the key to make this offense work. Obviously, at the quarterback position, it's very important. But the Raiders were one of the worst pass defenses as far as giving up touchdowns last year that there was in the NFL. And so their 2 main stars, I guess you could call them. I don't think they're star level yet, but their 2 main players in the secondary is a second-year player and one's a rookie.
It's okay. I like that rookie a lot. Damon Arnett's who you're talking about.
Yep.
I like him a lot. He will most likely be on DJ Moore if I had to bet because he's very physical. The under the radar guy I like in this game is Robbie Anderson. I think he could get behind the defense for one. I like this game. I like stacking this game in DFS. I think there's going to be a lot of points in spite of the fact I don't think this game's going to be all that close. The guy for the Raiders that I'm just terribly drunk on is Josh Jacobs. This was the worst run defense in the league last year. They're younger now than they were. I don't love the way this lines up. I understand Derek Brown's good and going to help. Josh Jacobs is going to kill this team. He's my number 2 running back on the day.
If you're a Carolina Panthers fan, the Social is the place to be all year long. The Beer City Riot going to be setting up shop here in East Asheville at the Social for all of the games. We got the Vegas Raiders obviously today against the Carolina Panthers. Jeremy and I will be here all afternoon long. Just master of ceremonies type of stuff. We'll we haven't had much discussion on what festivities we're going to be involved, but it's going to be a lot of fun hanging out today. And $12.99 shrimp and grits today at the social. That's my order for lunch.
Best wings in town. I'm going to eat a lot of them. This jersey is going to get defiled before this day's over.
Yeah, also $2.50 chicken and beef tacos today. So
yes.
It's Taco Sunday.
Ooh, and those tacos are good, too.
Mm-hmm. So food specials, drink specials, all that kind of stuff here at the Social in East Asheville this afternoon. Now, the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons will kick it off at 1 o'clock as well. And here, Seattle is a 1.5-point favorite against the Falcons in the Dome.
Falcons in the money line. Outright. Falcons win this game. And I will take the over 49. I think this is a high-scoring game, too. I think this is two not great defenses. Mm-hmm. Atlanta's is really young. I think they're going to be able to get home on Russell Wilson. I've said all offseason long, the fact that this line is so hodgepodge together and didn't have enough time to gel with a running quarterback is going to be a problem. Mm-hmm. And Dante Fowler and Deion Jones and that defense can make it a problem. And I got news for you. If you don't think Dan Quinn's going to throw things at that early, you're wrong.
As you may be aware, I've been heavy on Matt Ryan throughout the offseason. I think the weapons there that he has are fantastic. I could actually see a lot of room for Todd Gurley today.
I can too. This is a bad defensive line. That's the thing that nobody seems to want to talk about with the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. This was the worst defensive line in football last year, and they lost Jadeveon Clowney. What do you think it's going to get better?
I believe they will have a good day today, the Atlanta Falcons. The last two times that Matt Ryan has faced the Atlanta Falcons, he had at least 335 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. Just chew on that for a little bit. Plus, I'm a big believer in Calvin Ridley. I know he is not, but...
It's not that I'm not a believer. It's that I didn't like where he was going in fantasy football.
Oh, okay.
I mean, for the love of God, he was going ahead of Stephon Diggs and a lot of really talented wide receivers. This is still the number 2 guy in the secondary or on this team at best.
Mm-hmm. Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington football team. 5.5-point favorites are the Eagles. They will be without Miles Sanders. We already talked about Boston Scott. If he's out there, go get him. In your fantasy king or the DraftKings lineup, he's pretty cheap.
Who?
Boston Scott.
Yeah, and I think you almost have to have him. I don't think he's going to be great. I think Corey Clement gets way more run than people are giving him credit for. I mean, he's like the forgotten man in that backfield. I'm telling you, he's going to get more tote than you think he is.
He's always the forgotten man. This is the thing. When the star is out for the Eagles, you have no idea what to do.
I'm almost confident enough to play Corey Clement instead of Boston Scott. That's how much run I think he gets.
That would be a bold move. I feel like that would be
It's very different. If you're going to play DraftKings, you're going to play tournaments. You have to do something to differentiate yourself. And one of my favorite differentiation plays today is to play Corey Clement instead of Boston Scott.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe in anything from the Washington football team?
I like Steven Sims today. I don't like Terry McLaurin because he's going to get Darius Slay. I like Dwayne Haskins better than you do. Mm-hmm. I think this team is better than you do. Mm-hmm. I like Steven Sims, but that's about it.
All right, Philadelphia 5.5-point favorite. The over/under is 42.
I'll take Philadelphia minus the 5.5, and I will go. You know what? Sloppy game. Let's go under 42.
Under 42.
Yep.
All right. I'll go with Philadelphia as well, but I'm going over because I don't really think these defenses are hitting on a whole lot.
They're not.
Chicago and Detroit 1 o'clock game. Detroit a 2.5-point favorite.
I will take Detroit minus the 2.5. I'll go under 42.5. This is going to be an ugly game. I don't know that the Bears score a point in this game. That offense is going to be brutal. Mm-hmm. The one player for the Bears that I do like today is Anthony Miller. He has been the star of camp. They've just waxed poetic about how good Anthony Miller's been. I think he has a good day today. It depends on him getting in the end zone. If they score, I think it's Anthony Miller. Allen Robinson scares the bejesus out of me today.
Why? Why does he?
Because he's the only weapon that scares you. Mm-hmm. He's the only thing they have that scares you. And Okudah has not looked great. They would help him. Akuta's still very talented. They're going to put a safety over the top. I don't love Allen Robinson today.
Allen Robinson, to me, has been a guy that's he's quarterback proof. He's had shitty quarterbacks, and somehow he continues to get his.
This team now has nothing. So I'm going to take Detroit, and it's going to be, you know what, I'll give them one touchdown. Let's go 20-7. I'll take Detroit 20-7.
Okay. All right. I would take Detroit getting the 2.5, or giving the 2.5 as well. But I think it's under the 42.5.
Very well could be.
Indianapolis and Jacksonville at 1 o'clock.
I don't think we have to talk about this very long. I like everything for Indianapolis. I hate everything for Jacksonville. Give me the Colts -8. Under 45.
None of the receivers from Jacksonville intrigue you today?
Laviska, Chenault.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah, I don't like anything else.
Okay. Colts do have a pretty good defense.
It's an they've overhauled the defense. It's going to be markedly better with DeForest Buckner. They're going to be able to get interior pass rush, which screws up mediocre quarterbacks. Gardner Minshew is a mediocre quarterback.
So
if I'm playing a running back from the Colts today, though, it's Marlon Mack, not Jonathan Taylor.
Yes, I would agree with that as well. I think Jonathan Taylor will be eased into it all.
As do I.
And Marlon Mack is going to be the star today. I like him. He's probably in my top 5 running backs today.
Marlon Mack?
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
So -8 for the Colts. And did you go over or under?
Under, yeah.
Under the 45.
Colts given 8, under 45.
Okay. Green Bay and Minnesota at 1 o'clock.
This is my favorite pick of the day.
Minnesota is a 2.5-point favorite, and Jeremy doesn't believe that can happen.
Nope. Not only will I take the Packers, plus 2.5, I will take the Packers in the money line with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Packers win this game. I don't think it's all that close. I'll go over 44.5.
The Minnesota Vikings have lost some on the defensive side of the ball throughout the offseason.
Adam Thielen scares the bejesus out of me today, too.
Aaron Rodgers is out to prove something.
I heard somebody's spicy hot take that Justin Jefferson's going to have the greatest rookie wide receiver season since Randy Moss, and I laughed until I almost peed on myself.
Okay. I mean, that's a bold statement.
I mean, it would be really aggressive for the third receiver in Minnesota to be that good. He couldn't beat out Obie Johnson, but please keep telling me how good he is.
I'm a believer in Justin Jefferson. I think he's going to be fine this year.
I think he sucks a lot.
He does not.
And I think their defense missing Danielle Hunter, that was the beauty of the defense, is that you had Danielle Hunter and you had Yannick Ngakoue.
Yep.
Now you don't have that. And the secondary is brutal. Green Bay by a lot.
L.A. Chargers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Chargers are a 3-point favorite in this game. Are you still on the Joe Burrow can win his first game in the NFL?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I don't care. I don't care that this defense doesn't have Derwin James. They still have 2 pretty good corners, and I think that pass rush is going to be able to get.
If you want to get real ballsy, I'm not this ballsy. The number on this is sunk too much. It started at 46. It's come down almost 6 full points. It's 41. I'm taking the over. I'm taking the Bengals plus 3. I'd take the Bengals in the money line. Mm-hmm. Bengals are going to win this game. This team is way better than you think they are, and the Chargers are not as good as you think they are. The Chargers are going to have 2 great big problems. They now don't have a guy that can run between the tackles because that's not Austin Eckler. Mm-hmm. And they're going to try to throw Justin Jackson out there, and it is going to be an absolute train wreck. The other problem is that without Derwin James, the defense ain't all that good. Everybody sees Melvin Ingram and sees Bosa and goes, oh, look, they can get after the quarterback. That's fine. If he gets the ball out of his hands, they're terrible in the back 7.
Chris Harris, Casey Hayward, you don't care?
They're on an island by themselves. Casey Hayward has always been an underrated cornerback. I don't disagree with you. The problem that I have with Chris Harris is he's going to play out of the slot a lot. And this team just has so many freaking weapons. And they can't stop the run. I love Joe Mixon today.
I don't want anything with Cincinnati. I need to see it before I will believe in it, and I think the Chargers defense is still good. without Derwin James.
Well, here's the thing. In gambling especially, you can't wait and see it. You have to see it before it happens, and Cincinnati's going to be real good.
Okay.
This is a team I believe in totally. Even for nothing else, because everybody else hates them so much.
Right.
And the hate on them is
I'm always going to be iffy about rookie quarterbacks.
I'm not saying he's going to light the world on fire. I'm not sitting here telling he's going to throw 5,000 yards. What I'm telling you is he is a marked improvement over Andy Dalton.
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. I think Joe Mixon is a strong play today. But as far as the receivers go, I'm not trusting anything. A.J. Greene has already been banged up. He's only practiced like twice with the entire team.
Chris Harris will be on Tyler Boyd. Casey Hayward will be on, let's see, A.J. probably. A.J. may very well be a decoy today. Wouldn't shock me at all if he's out there just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
But this team's going to throw. This team's going to run. This team's going to be much better than people think they are.
I'm also a huge believer in Austin Eckler. When Melvin Gordon was not there last year, he served as the number one running back just fine. And I feel confident that they'll be able to do the same again. So I'm going against you on this one. I'm going Chargers cover the 3. Arizona and San Francisco. San Francisco 49ers. This game may not even happen.
Yeah, and if it does, it's going to look like it's on the set. It's being played on the set of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Right, because of all the wildfires and the air quality issues in the Bay Area. They're talking this game could be postponed today. Air quality is real bad. Tevin Coleman's already been told he doesn't have to show up because he's got sickle cell. And so obviously air quality and stuff like that is going to mess with him greatly if he does show up to play. Not that he was going to be the feature back anyway. I mean, Raheem Mostert is the guy that you want. I think he might be one of my favorite plays of the entire
He's one of my favorite plays of the week.
I think he is going to eat a lot. Regardless of whether or not this game happens today, it could happen tomorrow.
With no Tevin Coleman, I am drunk on Raheem Mostert.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nobody else in that backfield to take carries away from him. Mm-hmm. And before you give me Jerick McKinnon could blow out an ACL wiping his ass. So he could sneeze real hard and be out.
It's only been, 3 years?
He hasn't had a legitimate carry since he came to this team.
Right. As soon as he came over in the offseason a couple of years ago, he blew out his knee. And ever since then, it's been a total quagmire, and he has been the third option, or maybe even the fourth option at times at best. They might even run Jalen Hurd more than they do Jerick McKinnon.
I love Raheem Mostert today. And I also I like Kyler Murray better than some think.
Yes, we know.
Kenyon Drake ate against this team pretty well last year. They played twice. He was over 100 yards in one game and just under it in the other.
Yep.
I don't mind Kenyon Drake at all today. I am going to take the Cardinals +7. San Francisco wins, Arizona covers over the 48. This is one of my favorite shootout games of the week.
All right. I am going to go under because if everybody's sucking wind and breathing heavy and they may not have the energy left to score all of the points, so I'll go with the under and San Francisco to cover the 7 because I don't believe in Arizona. I don't. I'm not saying they're a horrible team. I'm saying they're a middle-of-the-road team, and San Francisco is obviously the class of the NFC, right up there with New Orleans and Tampa Bay.
Dan Arnold, that's another guy I like a lot today. Tight end, a deep sleeper. You know, you'd have to be in a deep league and you have to be in tight end hell, but I do like Dan Arnold today.
4:25 kickoff, Tampa Bay and New Orleans. This is the one that we've all been waiting for. Yes, I know. But you've been waiting for this game too. You can't get away from the story of this game. Drew Brees, Tom Brady with a whole new team.
And it just came out today that you almost lost Tom Brady to New Orleans.
Right.
If Drew Brees had gone into the booth, Tom Brady would probably been a Saint, not a Buck. How's that make you feel?
This is like the third story I've seen in the last 3 days of Tom Brady could have chose something different. Like, why are we focusing on that instead of something else?
Tom Brady's marriage with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is kind of like my marriage. My wife is way too attractive for me, and she just looked at me and went, "Fine. You asked real nice." Not happy about it, but here I am.
Yeah. Tom Brady has more weapons in Tampa Bay. However, Mike Evans has been dealing with soft tissue issues, and now if he does play in the game, he's going to be on a snap count. And even when he's on the field, he's going to be shadowed by Marshawn Lattimore, and that has not worked out for him, I don't believe, in the last 4 times they played. He almost got – actually, I think he did have a goose egg against Marshawn Lattimore last year.
Lattimore's eating him up pretty good.
Yeah.
The receiver I want for the Buccaneers today is Scotty Miller.
Scotty.
I mean, I like Godwin. Godwin's going to eat too, but the one I want is Scotty Miller.
Yeah.
Watch Leonard Fournette be better than you think he will be. Just throwing that out there.
I hope you're right.
I've heard things out of Tampa Bay that Leonard Fournette looks like what he was supposed to be. And if that's true, this team's going to be scary.
If you have New Orleans Saints, don't be shy about playing them. I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair.
I don't.
Well, I think you're completely wrong about that. 47.5 is not nearly enough.
Came down from 50.5.
That's fine.
Give me the under. This is not going to be the shootout you're looking for. This is going to be a 24-17 game, in my opinion. 24-20, 24-17, somewhere in there.
I think that's the halftime score.
I do not. I will also take I'll take New Orleans minus the 3.5.
You know I'm going against you. I'm going Tampa plus the 3.5.
Of course you are.
And I am going to go with the over.
Because you're a homer.
Look, I try not to be a homer, but when everybody keeps pumping me up with all of these Super Bowl hopes and shit, like I try to stay away from it, but I can't. I'm starting to let it seep in.
Yep.
It's like osmosis. But I think this is a big game today. Michael Thomas is going to be unreal, as he usually is. No one can contain him.
Nope.
And especially not the Tampa Bay secondary. Tampa Bay secondary was better in the last half of last year.
It's the youngest in the league, and you're coming up against, Drew Brees and Michael Thomas.
Right.
That's not going to go well.
They were third worst last year in yards passing allowed overall, but from week 10 to the end of the season, they were actually pretty strong.
Yeah,
they were a top 10 unit.
I like the comment. Brent Cottonola said, put your money where your mouth is. Take Tampa Bay in the money line.
Tampa Bay in the money line? I mean,
Ronnie said he'll do it. I heard it.
He'll do it.
Producer Ronnie said he'll do it.
There you go.
Another Bucks fan. I'm surrounded by Bucks fans.
I mean, as long as we're putting down imaginary doubloons, hey, why not? I'll take them. Dallas and the LA Rams. This is a game that I have struggled. I've gone back and forth on all week long.
I haven't.
I mean, I know Dallas is really good, but something about the LA Rams makes me believe that they're going to have a bounce back.
This is going to be a shootout game, in my opinion. This is going to be the shootout that you think Tampa Bay, New Orleans is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Dallas minus the 2.5. I'll give the 2.5. It doesn't. I think that's going to be such a negligible amount that I'm not worried about it. I think Dallas. I'm not going to say they dominate this game. I think they're going to handily win this game. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored, but it's going to be a lot of like ping pong. I'll go over 51.5 begrudgingly. It's a lot of points.
Okay, I think Dallas will cover, and I'll go over as well. I agree with you. I think there's going to be a lot of ball flying around the yard today. One thing that I would remind everybody is that if you are picking Dallas Cowboys, Amari Cooper is on the road.
And he sucks on the road.
And there's Jalen Ramsey.
I like CeeDee Lamb a lot today.
I think Michael Gallup's probably the one that I would choose out of that group.
It's fine. And that could very well be right. I just like CeeDee Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I've heard out of Dallas is the connection between Dak and CeeDee Lamb is otherworldly, and I think it's going to be on display tonight.
Amari Cooper had over 1,100 yards receiving last year. Do you know how much of that yardage he got on the road?
Like 25%.
Yeah, it was a little over 300 yards.
Yeah. He's bad. Terrible. Literally, if you look at the home road splits of Amari Cooper, he's the easiest guy to figure out in the world. If he's playing in Dallas, all in. Anywhere else, all out.
Yep. And you're going to tell me that that guy who disappears on the road goes up against a guy who just got paid. Yeah.
I like Dallas. I like Dallas a lot in this game.
I'm out on Amari Cooper completely.
I really like Robert Woods in this game too. I don't know how they're going to stop him.
Mm-hmm. Cooper Kupp as well.
A little easier to stop a guy in the slot. Robert Woods was one of the best receivers in the NFL the last month of last season.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has figured something out. The rapport with Goff is there. Now no Brandon Cooks. He made that offense a little disjointed. I like Van Jefferson a lot. I like Tyler Higbee a lot. I don't want any running back on that team. Every running back they have scares the shit out of me.
Yep. And that is your nightcapper for tonight, Dallas and LA. I think it's going to be one worth staying up late to
100%.
finish watching.
If you have fantasy football or gambling questions, throw them in the comments now. I will save them through the last two wager previews, and then we'll answer them on the backside.
All right, do you want to get into Monday, or you want to save those for tomorrow?
Oh no, I want to take
full advantage.
Well, yeah, let's do it. Screw it.
All right, Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants tomorrow night. Pittsburgh is a 6-point favorite, and that doesn't seem like near enough for
Nope.
me.
I'll take Pittsburgh. There's not a number big enough.
If you're choosing someone in the receiving core for the Steelers, who are you going after?
Juju.
It's Juju?
100%. I like Deontay Johnson, though, too.
Mm-hmm.
James Washington's kind of the forgotten man. I think Ebron's gonna take some of that slot work away. What scares me about Pittsburgh is I don't know what running back. I don't think they have a running back that can be the guy. I don't think James Conner can be the guy.
I think he can.
I don't.
I really
And
think
I
he
haven't
can.
for a long time.
Because hasn't he been the guy for
Not
like 3
recently.
years?
Not recently. He hasn't. He's just not a guy I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
I have 0 shares of him across the 4,700 fantasy football leagues I'm in. I have no shares of James Conner.
If you're in dire need, is there anybody from the New York Giants that you want in this game?
Not really.
None of them.
No.
Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard,
Sterling Shepard would be the one.
Saquon.
But I think Sterling Shepard might get Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden does not like to play in the slot, so he may avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I would even be remotely interested in anybody would be Sterling Shepard. I don't want Saquon either.
I mean, obviously, if you have
I have 0 shares of Saquon Barkley, too.
if you have Saquon Barkley in a league, you're going to play him.
100%.
Obviously.
If you drafted Saquon Barkley ahead of Ezekiel Elliott, in spite of the fact I said you shouldn't do that, you're going to be very sad at how that goes.
And then the nightcapper, the late game on Monday Night Football. Tennessee is a 3-point favorite on the road at the Denver Broncos, who are going to be without Cortland Sutton, from what we're hearing. That seems like a major problem to me. Any chance that I gave Denver to win this game, it went out the window with Cortland Sutton.
The Cortland Sutton thing definitely hurts. I'm still taking Denver. I believe that little in Tennessee.
Wow. I don't. I mean,
Tennessee to
at
me
least
is
to start out.
Tennessee to me is a team that needs way too many things to go right. Because I don't believe in Derrick Henry. I don't believe in Ryan Tannehill. I don't believe in any of it. And I think Denver will be able to, Bradley Chubb's going to be able to get home. I don't like this line as much as I did, with Conklin gone.
Mm-hmm.
I just see a path to where this could get. I think Denver's a markedly better team than Tennessee. Being without Cortland Sutton hurts, but I think Noah Fant's going to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to run the ball down their throat.
And is it an even split between Melvin and?
I think it's more of a
and
split.
Phillip?
I think it's more of a split with Philip Lindsay than people think. People seem to be drafting Melvin Gordon like this is going to be an 80-20 split.
Right.
Philip Lindsay went to a freaking Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
When Melvin Gordon signed here, I told you that day, this is going to be a pain in the ass. This is going to be a pain in the ass.
It's like something that I tried to explain to a guy in one of the leagues that I'm in. So I had Austin Eckler. And Philip Lindsay. He had Melvin Gordon and Justin Jackson, and wanted to just let's swap handcuffs. I was like, no. You don't understand. Justin Jackson has 0 standalone value.
None.
Philip Lindsay, I will feel glad to throw him in a flex spot and see what happens.
Yeah. I think he's going to get more toe than people think. And I think he's the passing down back because Melvin Gordon is a lot like Leonard Fournette. People think he's a good pass catcher, and he is not.
I see regression, obviously, for the Tennessee Titans this year. I don't think there's a way that Ryan Tannehill repeats what he did last year. I don't see a path for Derrick Henry, to stay healthy.
And I'll be honest with you,
I feel like injuries coming for him.
It very well could. I don't try to predict injuries.
Right.
But the one thing that you need to know about Ryan Tannehill, look at the contract he got from Tennessee. The people that know him the best. There's an out in that deal after every one of the first 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That should tell you a lot. That, yeah, you're our guy, unless you're not.
Right. I mean, that's the deal they should have given him.
100%.
Because no one expected to see what happened last year.
Sean Berkowitz said in the comments, Drew Lock versus Ryan Tannehill. Give me Ryan Tannehill. I believe the exact opposite. Give me Drew Lock. I don't know what Drew Lock is. I know exactly what Ryan Tannehill is.
Right.
I do like Jonnu Smith in this game. A lot. Like a whole lot.
Like a whole lot?
Like how many chicken wings I'm going to eat today? A lot.
A lot. And he'll be getting those chicken wings, of course, from the social right here in East Asheville. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene, and we will be here all afternoon hanging out, watching football, master of ceremonies, duties, and stuff. We're still not sure what we're going to do, but we're going to have a lot of fun today. And you can be joining the party right here with us at the social in East Asheville. $12.99 shrimp and grits. You got $2.50 chicken and beef tacos. Plus, you got drink specials all over the place for the opening week of football, and they've already got the TV set up. I'm looking at the logos right now. They have already got it planned out on your team being on the TV screen if they are playing today.
What's the one closest to us?
It is Green Bay, Minnesota.
I need that to not be Green Bay, Minnesota.
It's gonna.
I need that to be Jets, Bills. I need Jets Bills somewhere reasonably close to up here.
Nobody cares.
I do.
Oh, there it is. It's right over there. It's you can
I see it
almost
now.
see it from the glare of the TV.
That's fine. That keeps me within shouting distance. So when you require me, I like the chances of me running things after 4 and him doing a lot of the 1 to 4.
Right, but we're going to be doing this all season long here at the social, just master of ceremonies type of stuff, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be doing fantasy updates here on the web stream all throughout the day as well.
We'll be popping in. I'll be giving betting advice. He'll be giving fantasy advice.
Yep.
Things will be happening. It's football day. I'm so freaking happy.
It is finally here. Do you have a DFS home run hitter lineup to share with us today?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
He needs to work it up first.
No. I gotta go pull it up because I have a few.
You have a few. How many do you play? Enough.
What are you, the government?
No, I'm just curious because this is not something that I'm particularly good at.
Oh, you're asking a legitimate question.
Right, like a legitimate question, like how many lineups will you play in a week?
I'm not the high volume player. I tend to do a lot of single entries. I feel like one lineup against one lineup, I can beat you. I don't have the bankroll to go up against these guys that are putting in 200 lineups. Will I still play in those contests? Yes. But, I mitigate my expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a single entry player than I am anything.
Okay. I've never figured out the strategy.
Okay, what do you not understand? And I'll explain it to you.
I don't know. It's just, where do you want to spend your big money?
Running back.
Running back always.
Not always. There are times that I see a receiver matchup that I'm real fond of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get logged in my computer.
Oh, I understand. That's why I'm trying to tap dance, give you time.
My play of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if you can get this right.
Okay.
Because we've talked about football all week long.
Yes.
And I'll bet you can't get my play of the day right.
Your play of the day.
Mm-hmm. I have a guy that I am hammered, plastered drunk on.
Tyler Higbee.
I like him. It's not him.
Well, we've talked about Raheem Mostert a lot.
I love it. He would be 2.
Okay.
This guy plays the same position as him.
Okay, also a running back.
Mm-hmm.
Play of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess you're talking about Todd Gurley.
Bingo.
Nice.
Todd Gurley's my dude today. So this is a week that I think you're going to have to do something a little off the wall. I feel like everybody's going to stack Tampa Bay and New Orleans. So if you're playing in the millionaire, one of the ways that I like to differentiate, I mean, I've still got Michael Thomas. He's in my DraftKings lineup because there's enough value. I love Chris Herndon today. The Jets are going to throw the ball. That's just the way it is. And you really look at he's going to be the 1A to or 1B to Jamison Crowder.
Okay.
Brashad Perriman's going to be the deep threat, the home run hitter. You're going to see a lot of dink and dunk out of Sam Darnold trying to keep the ball away from Buffalo, so allow them to run the ball, run the clock. Love Chris Herndon. Todd Gurley is my play of the day, and I am just plastered on him. My 3 running backs almost across the board are Josh Jacobs, Raheem Mostert, and Todd Gurley.
Yep.
If I had a 4th one, it would be Joe Mixon. I like Joe Mixon a lot too. I kind of wish now that I've seen that, I kind of wish I had 4 running back slots. I almost hope that Arizona game gets postponed to tomorrow so I can put him in Mostert's spot.
Yes, I will agree with Brent Contanola because I think Josh Jacobs is going to be a major play against the Panthers.
I do
today
too.
As well.
I like him a lot.
Yes, I think they will. I think they will. They will be able to run the ball down the throats of the Carolina Panthers, and it's going to be. That's a game that could get ugly.
Oh, it definitely could.
But I think the Raiders secondary is really young, and if the same Teddy Bridgewater that played for New Orleans last year comes out completing 70% of his passes, then they'll have a chance to keep it close.
All right, so you asked for my home run hitter lineup of the day. I love this lineup with every fiber of my soul. Stacked Matt Stafford with Marvin Jones.
Okay.
I also have the Lions defense. I usually don't do that. I'm okay with it here. I don't think the Lions defense scores points. And I think this game's going to stay close. I feel like the Lions are going to march up and down the field. I don't know that they're going to get in the end zone, though. The only thing that scares me is I don't know how many touchdowns Matt Stafford can score. And I think he's going to be a differential play. I have him projected at under 4% ownership on DraftKings. Then I have Jacobs, Mostert, Gurley, Michael Thomas, Laviska Shenault, and the Lions defense. Oh, I'm riding with Laviska. I saw that look on your face.
Yeah.
If you don't want to ride with me on Laviska Shenault, you can replace him with Preston Williams would probably be the replacement.
I don't think that would be a bad play at all.
I don't either. There's not really anybody. Brian Edwards of the Vegas Raiders. That's a guy, if you need a cheap wide receiver, I like him a lot.
Not Hunter Renfrow?
No.
In his return to the Carolinas?
No.
I saw somebody was posted about that. Oh, Hunter Renfrow is going to be big today because he's going back to Carolina. Like, yeah, I mean, I understand the thought of that maybe on a national scale. People think that that's more of a big deal. I don't feel like it is. I really don't. I've never felt like it was a big deal that a guy that went to Clemson's coming to Charlotte. It's 2 very different places.
Yeah, I really couldn't. I mean, I play narratives. Don't get me wrong. That one's a little over the top.
That's not a narrative. That's not a narrative that you should be playing into this week at all.
Zach Hurst asked about quarterbacks earlier. A quarterback that's readily available that I would really like this week.
Okay.
I have been marinating on this. That's readily available. Tyrod Taylor, probably. I do kind of like Tyrod. I think he's going to run a little bit today. That would probably be my one. I don't hate Dwayne Haskins today either.
Derek Carr?
I love Derek Carr. If Derek Carr's available in your league, that's the right call.
Yeah. I think Derek Carr's probably available.
The only thing that I will say is temper your expectations of Carr because I could see this game getting out of control early. And then it's the Josh Jacobs show.
I think Derek Carr is probably, if I had to imagine, he's probably available in 40% of leagues at least. I haven't seen him go in any draft that I've been in so far this year.
I haven't either. He's probably the call. If I was picking up a guy to roll with for today, it would be Derek Carr.
I'm still on Marlon Mack. I think he's going to be the surprise of the day for a lot of people. I really do.
I like Marlon Mack.
Of course, if Laviska Shenault gets any carries today, he'll be the surprise of the day for everybody.
Except me.
Except for
Not
you.
for me. I've been saying it since literally the minute Leonard Fournette got cut.
Right.
You have no running backs. I love the people who keep talking about Chris Thompson. Like, you understand that the guy calling the plays here was his coach in Washington. Did he ever give him a carry? No.
There's another guy that I think is going to have a big day today is Emmanuel Sanders.
I don't.
Why? To me, that marriage between
Number 2 receiver for the New Orleans Saints is the most unpredictable thing you will ever see.
Yeah, but
Do you know how many he's ever had that went over 1,000 yards? Since Drew Brees came to New Orleans, how many times have they had a second receiver that went over 1,000 yards?
No clue.
It's 0. It's 0 times ever.
Have they ever had one that was worth a damn, though? Marquez Colston, maybe at one point?
Marquez Colston was the one. Back in the day. God, that makes me feel old as shit. He's been out of the league for like 10 years.
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a match made in heaven.
He's
Emmanuel
a great
Sanders
player.
Is going to be like the short yardage guy for Drew Brees. Last year, I felt like Drew Brees' arm strength we started to see.
Well, the short yardage guy's going to be Michael Thomas. Jared Cook's the red zone guy. Here's the problem. That team does not throw the ball as much as you think. They don't. This is not as wide open of a, offense as you think. I don't know that they throw in it because they have Latavius Murray and Alvin Kamara.
They'll have to be.
I don't know that they have enough inventory of targets and catches and red zone looks to keep all of these guys happy. Michael Thomas is going to get his.
Especially today. If Tampa is as good against the run this year as they were last year, they're going to have to throw. And the Saints will be happy to.
I think they'll be fine. Today is a day that, I've said 100 times, I don't think that game's the shootout that everybody else does.
Mm-hmm.
I told you the games that I think are shootouts. And if today goes like yesterday did, it's going to be a hell of a weekend.
7-1 yesterday.
And my one loss was my freaking team that I said on air I want to pick against, but Georgia Tech sucks something awful.
Yep. All right.
That's what kept me from going 8-0. 8-0.
We are just an hour away from kickoff.
2 hours away from kickoff.
Or 2 hours away from kickoff.
If you lived in the ocean, we would be an hour away from kickoff.
Excuse me. I'm on. My mind's still on college football time. We're 2 hours away from kickoff. There are going to be several guys that you want to watch today. Watch the wires to see whether or not they are going to actually play today or not.
You can follow me on Twitter at @JGreeneSPN. I literally retweet every time I find something else.
There are some big names not going to be playing this week in week 1, and I feel like it's already sealed my fate for this year.
Marvin Jones. Drunk on Marvin Jones today.
All right, come on out to the social in East Asheville. Join us. We are going to be here all afternoon hosting the festivities, and we'll be doing
Come on down,
updates.
have a beer, have a wing, talk some shit. Have some fun.
Yep, we'll be doing web updates throughout the day today as far as fantasy plays and betting and all of that goes. And don't forget specials here at the social: $12.99 shrimp and grits, $2.50 chicken and beef tacos, and all kinds of drink specials as well.
And always remember, we'll invite our friends, you invite your friends, and then we can be friends.
Social in East Asheville this afternoon. It is all the football you can handle. We will see you then.